The youth of today is the future of tomorrow. An intelligent youth today will make hardworking, valuable employees in the future. But only a mentally fit youth can become the leaders of tomorrow and can bring about changes to the system. Hello, I'm Aayush Dhoble, and today I'll be talking about the importance of a mentally fit youth for a future-ready workforce. 1 in every 7 adolescents around the world suffer from mental health-related problems. In fact, suicide committed due to mental illnesses is the 4th leading cause of death in adolescents around the world. And suicide also leads to 1 in 100 deaths globally every single year. Studies have also proven that mental health issues can lead to the shortening of one's lifespan by 10 to 20 years. As we know, to find the solution, we must first thoroughly understand the problem. And given the seriousness of the situation, I'm sure the question must have arisen. What are the main causes for mental health issues in adolescents today? The years spent aged 10 to 19 can be both the best and worst years of your life. There are countless opportunities to learn, grow, and progress. However, these years also come along with peer pressure, relationship pressures, and pressures on oneself to do well. Some who can handle these pressures efficiently, who can take them in their stride and learn from them, can rise above the rest and become the leaders and pioneers in tomorrow's workforce. However, there are some who aren't mentally strong enough to handle these pressures, and over time, they break down, leading to the inability to contribute to the economy and leading to an unfulfilling life. A report by the United Nations reveals that over 500,000 adolescents and young adults suffer from mental health problems. The report has also talked about some of the leading underlying causes for these issues. Firstly, trauma. Some children suffer from trauma in their early years due to divorce of parents, family feuds, or other relationship problems. In many cases, this leads to mental health problems later on in life. This also brings us to our second point, neglect. As many children who are neglected in their childhood because of the problems mentioned earlier also suffer from mental health problems, as they think that they do not matter to others. Another major cause is that of unhealthy relationships. Many adolescents, overcome by peer pressure, get into relationships which they might not even want. In some cases, their partner might abuse them. In other cases, they simply get rejected. Those who can't handle this rejection may later go on into depression. Finally, social exclusion. Peer pressure is a key component in all actions undertaken by adolescents. However, many teenagers are excluded from groups because others perceive them as not being cool enough. A lot of times, these children who are excluded are the ones who want attention and need validation for every single action that they do. Due to this, social exclusion hits them harder than it should, and they go into depression, sometimes even thinking of taking some extreme steps. Sometimes, even I put too much unwanted pressure on myself to perform in different events. Even if due to other underlying circumstances at that time, I might not be able to perform to my utmost potential. In these cases, in some ways, peer pressure also has a key role to play. As once you have set a bar in such circumstances and competitions, it is expected of you by everyone to perform well every time. And if you are not able to fulfill those expectations, teasing taunts and jokes come your way. A lot of times, someone who hasn't outperformed you before does so, and it also has an effect on you. Even though this might seem quite trivial, it does weigh quite heavily on the minds of the individuals. And one must learn how to handle the stigma around failure and their fear of failure. These were some of the main causes of mental health problems, according to research and studies. However, many of you must be wondering, what effect do these mental health problems have on the individual and on the society? Well, firstly, due to depression, or by not fulfilling the expectations of others, many adolescents lose the desire to do anything in life, and in some extreme cases, the desire to live. This may lead to them becoming suicidal, lazy, and demotivated. Hence, they become a burden for the economy, as they can't contribute to the growth of the nation. Also, the industries in the country suffer, as there is a shortage of excellent, hardworking, and motivated employees and leaders. If there are many people suffering from these problems, a vicious cycle is formed, leading to the downfall of the economy. This happened in the coronavirus pandemic too. Many people got demotivated, leading to job markets crashing, as due to many companies laying employees off, many people started feeling depressed, and there was a constant insecurity amongst them. a sense of hopelessness started to creep in for many. And they wasted this whole time instead of using it to upgrade their skill sets or to learn something new. Many students, people I know, and in some ways even I experienced this. Because of being locked up in their houses, not being able to connect with others or play with them, along with being infected with the virus in some cases, many started to feel low and down in the dumps and hope with despair for the ordeal to end. A lack of social contact had a detrimental effect on their mental well-being. However, towards the end, although for a short period of time, many started to understand the value of this free time and started using it effectively. Others simply got motivated by the fact that the pandemic was finally drawing to a close. However, few could not get out of these feelings of hopelessness and despair, and their academic performances, along with participation and performance in other events, drastically dropped due to the lack of motivation to keep going on. From these appalling effects of mental illnesses and depression, and from seeing what they can do to the economy, we must understand how to make the youth of today mentally fit. As a mentally fit youth can lead us to a bright and successful future, and only they can handle failures positively. Firstly, emotional support must be provided to the youth. If someone fails at a task or is in an unhealthy relationship, instead of reprimanding them or scolding them, others should try to understand them and their problem to get a solution. This will show the person that they matter and that there will always be someone to help them out during their tough times. Hence, they will gain confidence to grow in life. Youth must be given exposure to the real world, as everything in the real world is 10 times more than the fabricated world that we live in, within the confines of our classes, schools, families, and homes. The sarcasm and rudeness are 10 times more, and the pressure is more. There are countless people trying to pull you down. Only if we get exposure to this world now can we handle it appropriately without getting bogged down by expectations in the future. A mentally fit youth is a great asset to any country. An emphasis on their mental health will lead to resilient, adaptable, and creative individuals in the future. Individuals who can play key roles in the corporate world. People that are mentally toughened can deal with pressures, expectations, and people who are trying to pull them down, and hence can rise above the rest. They can become excellent leaders and can not only handle the pressure themselves, but can also understand the problems faced by their subordinates and can help them out by taking the pressure off them. A mentally fit youth can tackle opportunities and grab them in the future when they join the workforce. Intelligence, diligence, and hard work are quite important to become a successful employee, but they can only take you so far. However, an extremely tough individual can only become a true leader. As Mr. Sonam Wangchuk rightly said, in life, let the snakes be your ladders. Instead of getting bogged down by expectations or the inability to do well sometimes, we should instead use that as a stepping stone to achieve our greater goals. We should constantly have in mind our main goal, why we are doing what we are doing. This will keep us constantly motivated, leading to the reduction in the occurrence of mental health problems. The taboo around mental health problems should also be reduced, and conversations about mental health should be normalized, as only then can we share our problems with one another and help each other. So come on, let's start the journey of building a mentally fit youth today. Let's help each other in achieving mental fitness, and let us all lead our country to a brighter, successful future. Thank you.